You can look down and see the turn.
A nice rack of blues coming out right here in front of my face. Isn't that something? Another rack right over there, another rack right there. I think there's another one just emerging beyond that rack. Yeah, the blues are going nuts. Been doing construction around here. We had a lot of rain over the past couple of days. It was just an absolute mess. And of course I cut this tree down just before all that happened, so we haven't been able to do anything for days. This thing's going to come right down to the ground, and we're going to build out in here, expand off of here, kind of like how we built our previous shed here. And of course the log, which was two, both of those were fused together, and they fell right down the middle of this banana patch, which was kind of a sad thing. But I was able to get a lot of banana babies. All these pots are banana stump. We got banana there. I got them just sitting here ready to go into pots and go places. All these stumps are good starts. And I got two big, huge root balls here that I gotta go bury down below. And I've been waiting for the rain to stop just so I could butcher these things back. But this one's a really good one. I'm almost tempted to pull out the Alaskan mill and try and pull a board off of it. Ah, mommy, what do you think of that? That'd be a lot of extra work. I don't know if I'm up for it. So the iholenas are probably about to fruit. These two big beautiful bananas, that one and that one there, were just about to throw rack, and I dropped this tree on them. I mean, this thing was massive, you know, the bottom of a big mango. Another beauty here. This is our little grass starter to keep the doves from eating all the seed. Otherwise they just come right in and wreck on everything. Did okay. I don't know, when we get heavy rains like this, it's hard for anything to compete. These are all our Theobroma bicolor starts from the last pot or a couple of pods we got into. A very rare type of chocolate. Fun, really fun. I don't know how the bumblebees or honeybees have been able to do it, but man, they were out working all through that rainstorm. I don't know what it is, how they do it. They're busy, busy girls. So I got a new nursery station going on. My durian starts, champa jacks, coffees, miracle berries, cinnamon, my peanut butter and jam tree, my peanut butter fruit tree. These are yellow mangosteens. That one's getting some nice leaf on it. Really cool yellow mangosteens. This is green tea, your Chinese drinking tea. And then I got a lot going on. The Captain Crunchberry tree. This is a little branch start. You can start these from branch, and they do also, I guess, do a lot of root runners, so watch out. Like, they can take over an area once they get really established. And they get pretty big too. I've seen these online with huge stumps, regular big tree stumps. So they get kind of big. Problem is the birds will wreck on them. It's really hard to get fruit from them because the birds compete so hard. These are all allspice from seed. I gotta find homes for. These are actually the smallest ones out of all of them, and they're still just going nuts right now. And I got a whole bunch of yellow jaboticaba starting from seed. Yellow jaboticaba is I thought they tasted a lot like apricot, at least the kind that we have here. Very apricot-like. I mean, spot on. If you're missing apricot in your diet, those little things, you know, that's the flavor you're looking for. But they also make really nice hedges. They're a very pretty tree when they're groomed into it. Nice landscaping tree. These are a bunch of achacha. I think achachas are fun. They're kind of a dense tree, but they're fun. And this is all the miracle berries, all from seed. These ones are almost 2 years old. It takes a long time from seed. I mean, these things they kind of scraggle like that for a long time before they finally start, you know, getting to this and then getting to this and then getting to this. The one that I took a branch start from over here is doing okay. Where's it? There we go. Yeah, that's not doing too bad. That's a lower branch start that sat in the yard for about a week before I put root tone on it and stuck it in a pot to see if it was going to die or not, and it didn't. And now it's actually putting new growth out. So you can clone your miracle berries, and I suggest it too because they get really tall and out of control. And then my African breadfruit, Treculata africana, I think, something like that, from seed, online, getting too big, don't know where I'm going to put them. My carobs are looking pretty good, I think. I mean, I've never grown carob from seed before, but these are the 3 that didn't die, and they were actually late bloomers. And then I started planting my culantro in beds along here, just kind of fitting into the roots of this mango to help support it. My yam crops have already exhausted themselves, but they return pretty good. I probably got about 20 or 30 pounds of yams off of these branches, these trellises here. And that's all from one yam. That then gave me like 10 yams, which then gave me like 100 yams. This is I think a Brazilian cherry, and I got a jaboticaba over there. Not jaboticaba, I'm sorry, gramichama over there. And these are ice cream beans. That one and this one, we're going to try and weave them together. And this is my black lima, which is just heaped on my katuk, or a katuk. You see, it's just starting to make a ton of seed. And it's really easy to lose these in here and then find them later when they're already brown and sprouting and rotten. So I've been trying to have to keep on top of it when they're in season. My odoratissima, Phytocarpus odoratissima, petali, is doing, I think it's petali. No, marang. I'm not petali. I don't want petali here because it's too damn big. Marang. I gotta remember that. And then edible cactuses. And I think my Ma'afala or Otea, I'm not sure which, I scored this root off of a nursery tree in a collection, and it just looked good and was producing a lot. Oh, look at that, my cotton's starting to go. This is I think a type of Egyptian cotton. When they got the red stems like this. And there we go. That's your cotton ball. And then some of these varieties have very loose seeds, and some have seeds that will bunch together. Will have seeds that bunch together into one group, and that's kind of what this one does. They tend to stay kind of packed together. This one not as much, but you can see how they're kind of stacked on top. They're not as loose and willy-nilly just all throughout the bundle. So there's your cotton seed oil, and of course the cotton itself is a lovely product in every which way. Oop, got a mosquito pond for me. And a little young Theobroma bicolor, and of course the turmerics are doing incredible around here. And it looks like my starfruit might have a couple fruit. This one starfruit's been just producing since I got it. Yeah, look, even the critters are getting into it before they're even ready. I blame the white eyes for that. They come in and peck at it, and then the ants move in and screws everything up. But see, they kind of blend with things. It's easy to lose these in with everything else. They start looking like leaves until they finally turn color. This is all patchouli. I use patchouli a lot for ground cover. I prefer it over the coleuses just because it, you know, smells nice. This is our Spanish tamarind. I mentioned this one before, but it's doing really well. We got this as a little tiny sprout, and you can see it kind of mostly aborted its old line here and put up a really strong new one there. And then our Sacha Inchi is doing pretty good. This one's just starting to age. You know, the green ones, they look like that. Pretty wild, huh? Peruvian peanut. And don't forget, you can eat these new growth tips are food too. I haven't tried them yet, but you can eat them. I got cassava growing all over the place. The Lilicoys just put a couple of fruit out the other day. I think they were windblown because they were sour, and these are normally really sweet. But all of that's Lilikoi. That's not even 2 years old. Amazing, huh? Whoa, and those bees over there are looking really active. I don't want to get too close to them when they're this active. The guards might the guards might detect me and send out a sentry to bite my ass. So leave them be. You know, our cacaos are just doing wonderful. I mean, all these chocolates, they're like, what, almost less than 2 years in the ground from seed, and they're just mental. The cinnamon here is doing great. Oh, we're gonna have to trim it soon. You know, I just opened up the vanilla rose. They were getting too encroached, and you know, they're responding. I lost a lot of vanilla because of the dryness, and they're a little finicky. You know, they're a sensitive orchid, but the ones that survived are doing okay, and that's what matters. At least they're acclimated to here. This is yerba mate, this beauty, and I think one of them was about to throw some seed. This is a large miracle berry, much larger, just putting some new growth out. They even have the vanilla starting to crawl up it, so I hope that's okay. Let's see. Oh, no fruit on this guy yet. And this is, I believe, a type of jujube, but it's the only one that popped up, and I'm guessing it's a jujube because it's spiky. Look at that little evil little spikes, and jujube has spikes. I'm a little up in the air about whether or not I'm going to keep it around. Got mugwort. Another miracle berry. And of course the vanilla. And then some nursery plants. I'm going to keep a lot of my potted plants up in here just to keep the shade going and, you know, keep it cool. They're pretty sensitive, a lot of this stuff. You got one little okra head here. I'll have to try and come back, take that for the seeds. Oop. Yeah, there we go. And then we had a big windstorm with the rain, and it looked like it ripped a bunch of the leaves off of our fe'e here. Plus, you know, there's a chance that it's a little weak just from maybe a loss of calcium. Yeah, that really ripped them up there. I think that was wind and all together. Although, you know, in banana health, what this guy's doing is a little bit close to cresting. Now, fe'e, I'm not super familiar with fe'e yet. I'm growing them now for my first time, so we're going to see if this isn't a bad behavior or a good behavior. What exactly is going on with this? What appears to be cresting. Sometimes that's just a nutrient deficiency. But yeah, it's looking a little weird. My cardamom is doing amazing. I can tell you, hand pollinate. You take that little top and you press it right back up against itself. I usually use a stick. You can use your fingers somewhat, you know, and get it just getting pressed on there, and it's working. All of these are hand pollinated. You got to do them every few days or so. You may even do some of them over, you know, a couple times. But see, then they start going, and so these are really pretty loaded. I mean, I've got, you know, dozens of pods forming on these guys now that I started hand pollinating. See, that's a hand pollinated. All of these guys are. No, they're starting to take off. So here's a good example of jujube, the ones that did all right for me. And oh, they got little spikes all down them. In fact, I stepped on one of these spikes the other day. I thought it was a piece of metal. So I don't know if we're going to keep these here or move them someplace else. Of course, pigeon pea. It's a great nitrogen fixer, shade maker, compost creator. Oh, look at these Cuban reds. Oh man, they're getting close. I got to pay attention to these things. They're right here at face level. It's so awesome. Dwarf Cuban red. Look at this thing bending. I got a couple of posts on it. Try and hold it down. Look at that flex. I mean, this thing looks like it just wants to pull itself out of the ground. Yeah, amazing. Cuban reds are so cool. It's really too bad Bunchy Top has destroyed so many collections of them. Yeah. Let's see. I got a lot of chocolate popping down here. It is just mud. And if there's any wonder, it is mud. I mean, the topsoil here just holds moisture to the point where there's very little percolation at first. And so it just sits. And boy, is it muddy. Crazy muddy. Yeah, so these are the chocolates still. Remember, these are all from like first year and a half from seed, and we're definitely expecting to get fruit by next year. I'd be amazed if these didn't try and start flowering. I mean, they may not develop the first time around, but they'll try and push some flowers here soon. Look at this, it's just so dense. It's so dense. I haven't started really pruning them hard yet because I want to let them do their thing first and then get established. But like this one here, look at this thing's a monster. Look at that beauty. It's already taller than I am. Probably weighs as much. No, not quite that, but. And my wing beans came back from their root tuber. These are an amazing bean. Anybody in the tropics, subtropics, hell, if you had a greenhouse in the mainland, grow wing bean. Stuff's amazing. And then this is our perennial dill, which I cannot find online. So if any of the plant people who watch this know this type of tropical dill is not related to the fennel group at all, please let me know, because I've been searching online and I just cannot find anything that mentions it. These are the flowers, like delicate little inflorescence that smell incredible. When these are flowering, they just smell like Smarties candies or something. They're just amazing. And look at this, even putting new growth up here, because you can cut and stick these branches. I just chop these are all rootlets trying to grow on there. So they're pretty cool like that, and they just grow and grow and grow, and they smell and taste like dill, even dry and taste like dill. And I'm waiting for this banana to start putting out. I think it's a big popo ulu, but until it starts to fruit, I won't know. It's a mystery banana. And then we've been tearing everything apart, trying to get to the next step, whatever that might be. And in the meantime, everything's just really muddy. And we got this whole section dug out. Took us months to remove all that dirt, and we're not done yet. It's just the beginning, really. But at least we have kind of a base yard now, and a little place to store stuff. All of this is getting cut out and is going to become a hangout room, workable room. And one thing I've learned from a neighbor, if you ever get into a project like this, is make your own concrete. Steps and blocks, you know, these kind of pavers or whatever that you'd go buy from Home Depot, forget about it. If you got a real project going, slap together some 2x4, 2x6 forms and get a station going, and you know, with your gravel and aggregate, water, whatever you need, your mixture, and do it like that, because you're going to cut the price down tremendously and be able to make your stones to suit your needs. So I visited a property nearby where they made 16 by 16 3-inch slabs, leaned them against these kind of walls, stacked them on top of each other, and they did that through the entire property sites, along with cobblestones, were just like these logs would be. So yeah, you'll see that come along in our videos as we advance. I'm hoping to get a lot of that done this summer. Yep. Yeah. So Momi and I are just hanging out. Everybody else is at work right now, and we're enjoying a moment without rain because we've been cooped up for days. yeah, so the property's doing great. Hope everybody else is too, and aloha.